Top odpovědná firma 2022. Cena biznisu pro společnost. Nezávislý rating malých i velkých firem, který již 19 let oceňuje strategie a projekty v udržitelném a odpovědném podnikání. Letos se do ocenění přihlásilo 67 firem, 60členná odborná porota ohodnotila celkem 166 přihlášek.
Companies were awarded 166 applications were reviewed by the jury. Ladies and gentlemen, dear guests, good evening. Welcome to the Top Responsible Company Award evening. We are quite nervous tonight because the hall is full of people, the auditorium is full of spectators, and this is actually very pleasant after 3 years, and we're very happy that we can see you and that you can see each other as well, because one of the objectives of this event is to mutually inspire each other to share best practices and lessons learned. And this can only be done not only thanks to your results, to the results of your companies, of your businesses, but also thanks to the networking and platforms like this. Thank you for coming.
Zároveň vlastně bychom také...
At the same time, we would like to extend our thanks to the jury. And there were 60 members of the jury, and even before we started, you were actually able to see all our jury members on the screen, and I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you to all our jurors who reviewed the applications. And since we are extending our thanks, we would like to say thank you to all those without whom we would not be able to be here tonight. And one of the topics of this year's edition of Top Responsible Company is digitalization, and you know much more about digitalization than we do. Cubex Center Prague is a space full of new modern technologies. So our thanks go to Cubex, to that is hosting us tonight, to In Catering that is providing refreshments to those who are here in the auditorium tonight, and the food they prepare is organic and prepared in a sustainable way. We also want to extend our thanks to Finlandia, who mixed our drinks for tonight. And we would also like to say thank you to Coca-Cola, HSBC, and to Znovin Znojmo for wine, and Pilsner Urquell for the beer. We would also like to say thank you to Pokojovky for the flowers for this evening and plants, and to Company Blocks. We have their boxes here in the lobby, so you can use the box to store your prizes, awards, and diplomas in the evening. And since I'm talking about trophies, I would like to extend our thanks to Preciosa company as well, that created the trophies for the evening. And the trophies actually reflect the current events, things that are happening very close to us. And refugees who had to flee Ukraine actually took part in creating the glass trophies in Preciosa. Thank you, all the partners. And there are more thank yous that we need to share. It would be impossible to hold this year's edition of Top Responsible Company without our partners, Vodafone, Orlen, Unipetrol, Skupina Chess Group, ING Bank Czech Republic, partner for the category Top Responsible Company for reporting or in reporting. Thank you. And you can also see the main media partner on the screen, E15 15 Daily. They have also prepared a special supplement that will be issued tomorrow. You will have an opportunity to take the supplement with all the results with you home tonight. At the same time, we would like to appreciate the auspices. And actually, this year's edition of Top Responsible Company was held under the auspices of many organizations and institutions. In particular, I would like to mention the Prime Minister of the Czech Republic, Mr. Petr Fiala. There is a whole array of awards that we are to give out tonight. But before we start with the official ceremonies, I would like you to welcome Mr. Pavel Stern, Director of Business for Society. Good evening, Pavel. You're not going to speak for long, are you? I'll be very brief. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, dear guests, here in Quebec, in the auditorium, in this wonderful technology center, and also good evening to all of you who are watching us online in the virtual space. Welcome to the Top Responsible Company 2020. On behalf of Business for Society, I would also like to thank to all the partners who supported this year's edition of Top Responsible Company and this gala evening, either by a financial contribution or otherwise. I would also like to say thank you to all of those who provided their auspices. There were many public administration institutions, ministries, and I really appreciate the auspices of the Prime Minister of the Czech Republic, Mr. Petr Fiala, and for the auspices of the Lord Mayor of Prague, Petr Hřib. I also want to say thank you to the entire team of Business for Society organization, because they really did their best to organize this evening. In particular, I would like to say thank you to Kateřina Jurkovičová, the project manager of this gala evening. It's been the 19th edition of Top Responsible Company this year. And as you well know, Top Responsible Company is a unique rating of responsible and sustainable business in the Czech Republic. On behalf of the Business for Society organization, we're happy to be able to welcome Pavlína Kalousová, the founder of Top Responsible Company and of Business for Society, and we're very happy to have her here with us tonight. And probably none in the history of Top Responsible Company the rating and the gala evening have taken place in such turbulent times. For a while, we were thinking that the COVID pandemic and the 2 years of COVID have been the test that we've been put through. But the Russian aggression in Ukraine in mid-February this year really turned the world upside down. The turbulent times we're living in show that resources are critical. They are the most important things, and not just the natural resources, but also human resources. It is important for us and also encouraging to see that responsible companies, although going through crisis or periods of crisis, still maintain their responsible approach, and they actually accelerate and intensify their activities. They added solidarity to diversion, sustainability, inclusion. They supported their fellow citizens during the COVID pandemic, as well as they are supporting the people of Ukraine now. They also make their position towards what's going on very clear. And although we're going to announce the winners or those who will get the awards for this year in a while, we're not here just to hand over the awards. Responsible companies actually create a very interesting community. They share inspiration, they inspire other companies, they inspire innovation, best practices, and they all also influence trends in the labor market. In the Business for Society, we are really happy that what we do together inspires other companies, and that there are more and more companies that are joining us, that are joining the Business for Society platform. And by the end of the year, we'll be able to welcome 30 more companies. Business for Society is really proud of all the responsible companies, how responsible and sustainable they are, not only in the quiet and peaceful times, but also now where we're basically living through the times of war. I want to extend our thanks to all the responsible companies for influencing positive approaches and maintaining moral high ground. Thank you very much for this. Enjoy this evening, Top Responsible Company 2022, and Slava Ukraini.
Thank you very much, Pavel. We had a hint which we wanted to, or we had a joke which we wanted to exchange. And that's why I was asking Pavel jokingly whether it was going to take long, but definitely we wanted to extend our thanks to Preciosa for the award. The award looks like a globe, and the globe is very important because the climate change is equally important to the war. But the globe has got two small dots, shiny dots. One is blue, that's Prague, and one is yellow, and that is Kyiv, Ukraine, where the city is actually right now being bombed by the Russian aggressor. And we are very proud to be giving out this particular award, and our thanks go again to Preciosa for this very precious piece of art. Is it okay? Is it what we agreed on? Yes. Okay, let's go for it.
Odpovědná firma v životním prostředí.
We've got quite a lot of awards.
Snižovat negativní dopady na životní prostředí.
The award in the environment is an award that goes to a company that helped decrease negative impacts on the environment. I would like to mention one important thing. Our jury was quite gracious. We will have diplomas which we'll be giving out. We'll be giving out the globes, but we also have special awards. And with the special awards, we will actually name the companies only, announce the companies only, while the others will come to the stage. So top responsible company in the field of the living environment, we will be awarding companies that show comprehensive approach to reducing the environmental impact on corporate activities.
Tak vidíte, kdo to je.
We've seen it already. Okay, it's there. Okay, it's Tesco. One cannot hide anything in here. It's Tesco stores. I should have asked for information from our colleagues at the back. But definitely we've got Skanska, Reality, So Tesco stores is under the heading of No Food, No Waste, and Skanska under the heading of Culture of Living. The first award that will be awarded here on the stage. Let me invite the Deputy Minister for Section of EU Funds, Economic and Voluntary Instruments, Jan Kříž. From the Ministry of the Environment. Mr. Kříž, before you read the name of the awardee, there is an important issue which I would like you to share with us. We are in the period of energy crisis. What about the planned subsidies or the changes in the planned subsidies for photovoltaics? Can you tell us a little bit more about that? To start with, I would like to extend my thanks to all responsible companies. As to photovoltaics, I think companies really don't like changes. They don't welcome changes. And if there are subsidies, they want the subsidies to be sustainable. We know that there are subsidies for households, subsidies for companies. There is a big photovoltaics boom these days. About 60,000 units have been registered in the network. Putin wanted to cast havoc to a Green Deal, but he actually did just the opposite. People started perceiving green energy differently, and I'm very happy for that. We've got increasing numbers of photovoltaics installed, and I'm very happy that we do have resources. We have HR, and we have human resources, but we also have financial resources, and these financial resources will continue to be delivered. Everything needs to be delivered fast these days, and if we manage to increase the capacity of our energy networks, it will work great, and businesses will be happy. Businesses should not fear that subsidies will vanish. That will not happen. It will always be there. It would be great if the public authorities were more pro-business. I mean, the windfall tax will be quite a challenge as well. But anyway, let me give you this envelope, and in the envelope you shall find the businesses which we will be inviting to the stage. Can I start? Of course you can start. Please speak to the microphone. Third, Coca-Cola, HBC, Czech Republic and Slovakia. Second, we have Biopekárna Zemanka Ltd. And the award in this category goes to Sonnentor. I invite representatives of all three companies to come to the stage. It hasn't been rehearsed, but it should work. Do we have representatives of all three companies? Coca-Cola, HBC, Biopekárna Zemanka, and Sonnentor. Sonnentor, I know you guys. I hope representatives of Coca-Cola and also Zemanka are also dressed accordingly. Okay, Mr. Kříž, you can move, please. Thank you very much. Good evening. Representatives of Sonnentor, please come to the microphone. Don't be afraid of us, okay? You enrolled this year for the first time. You registered for the first time for this award, and I would like to ask you why you did it. What was the motivation? I got contacted by your colleague who coordinates and co-organizes this award, and she said Sonnentor has been doing so much in the field of environment. Why haven't you actually joined us earlier? And we decided to join this year, and I didn't realize that once we join this year, we are going to win an award. Well, that's what happens. When you join in, you win. everybody, not you, but everybody in the hall can see what your achievements are. You actually managed to save 20 tons of plastics a year. That's not the end, isn't it? No, it's not. We are not going to stop with the 20 tons. I was born 1972, and when I was a kid, milk was sold in plastic bags. And I found this bag once in the woods. And I was there with my kids, and I explained to them that this is what was used to package milk into when I was a kid. And I thought that I don't want Sonnentor tea packagings or be found in the woods 40 years later. And therefore, I started thinking about biodegradable and compostable packagings, about using paper that is environment friendly. That's just one of our projects, and we've been trying to go in this direction for a long time. We've been thinking about the planet because we know the planet's really weeping and we want to help it. Thank you very much for that, and let's take a family photo. You will also get diplomas from us. There are long stories behind each of the winners. Let's take the photo. Congrats, of course. You can continue when you leave the stage. Okay, sorry for that, but it has to go boom, boom, boom. Let's take a picture. Great, great. Perfect. You were excellent. Thank you very much. Just for the rest of the companies which will be coming to the stage, you know how it's done. You know the routine, family photo, and you go. Okay, so let's continue for the following category. The following category is top responsible company helping its environment or its vicinity. It's an award that is going to a company that is developing local community and helping the local society. Before we deliver the award, I should like to appreciate the companies that reacted to the current situation and have been helping Ukrainian refugees coming to the Czech Republic or helping directly in Ukraine. The companies listed very important projects for the award, and that's why we decided to give special awards to the companies helping the Ukrainians. Let me invite Andrea Ferenčíková, head of the office of the branch of the European Investment Bank in Prague. Andrea, can you tell us how you perceive this situation? We've seen examples of how companies helped the victims of the conflict. Do you feel that businesses should get involved elsewhere or do more elsewhere? Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Thank you for inviting me over. I would like to extend my thanks to all responsible companies, but I would also like to say that the European Investment Bank is happy to support responsible companies. Let me go back a week ago when the European Parliament awarded Sakharov Prize for freedom of thought, and it was given to the Ukrainian nation, to the people of Ukraine. And this award is very, very precious. It goes to all Ukrainians who are fighting, all Ukrainian women who are helping their families. Some of them had to leave the country and ended up, for example, in the Czech Republic as well. This award highlights the values which are adhered to by companies that have been helping the Ukrainians. We've seen their work on the everyday basis. When you're talking about companies that are important for the economies, it's responsible businesses that are most important. Those are the businesses which are helping build democratic societies. We want to have a democratic society not only in the Czech Republic or Slovakia, but also in Ukraine. I think it's very important to talk not only about business, but talk about values and talk about what businesses can do for the society. I'm very much looking forward to those who will receive the awards. Can you open the envelope, please? A special award goes to Raiffeisen Bank, PwC Czech Republic, Direct Parcel Distribution CZ, Kooperativa Pojišťovna, and Czech TV. I should like to ask representatives of these companies to come to the stage. Thank you. Good evening.
Dobrý večer. Nestíhám. Dobrý večer, taky ruku? Ne. Tak, jsme všichni, nikdo nechybí.
Is it all? Nobody's missing? Great.
Budeme muset naučit, takže ještě to teď všichni uděláte.
Perfect.
Krok takhle, 4 kroky vlevo. Pojďte.
Please move to the left so that nobody falls off the stage. We've gone through COVID, but we don't want any surgery today. And let's go for awarding the special award for assistance to Ukraine. We need some background music.
Máme všechno? Fotka.
Is it all?
Andreo, děkuju.
A family photo now?
Děláme společné foto. Perfektní. Moc vám děkujeme.
Great. Thank you very much and congratulations.
Děkujeme. V pořádku, zvládnete? Samozřejmě. Vůbec ani se neptejte.
Can I just say a word? Let me just say that I come from Ukraine, and I would like to thank the jury and everybody for this award. We very much appreciate it, and I should like to say that when the war started, it was a horrible feeling. You talking to your relatives in Ukraine, and then you hear the air raid alert at the back. It's horrible. It's not about whether to help. No, it's about how to help. And let me thanks to everybody who have helped, everybody who was somehow involved in any type of support. I should like to extend my thanks to the Czech nation, to the Czech government for the support given to the Ukrainians. Thank you very much for helping us fight for freedom, democracy, our country, our home. We very much appreciate your help indeed. Thank you. One of the most important things is that we shouldn't stop. We should continue helping Ukraine. This conflict is going to be long. And once it's over, we will have to help Ukraine reconstruct its country. Let's continue thinking about Ukraine. Before we continue, we should like to extend our thanks not only to these companies, but also to other companies that have contributed to the extraordinary assistance provided to Ukraine. So let's take a brief look at what's been done. Albert, 10 million for material support, Ellen and Ovary, 1,200,000 for Člověk v tísni, and support to individual families with housing. Commerzbank organized a day for Ukraine. Raiffeisen Bank helped financially to people working for Raiffeisen in Ukraine, also providing housing to 700 Ukrainian refugees. GSK, support of organizations and support of patients who didn't have any Czech insurance coverage. Heimstaden provided to Ukrainian refugees 600 apartments, which are partially furnished. IKEA, over 2 dozens of projects, 32.5 million Czech crowns, equipment for kids group, and housing for over 800 refugees from Ukraine. Sanofi, 5 million euro to the Red Cross for Ukrainian, and also vaccination and medication to neighboring countries. Skanska, financial support of 10 million Czech crowns, and also Modřany housing for Ukrainian families in cooperation with the mayor's office in the Czech Republic. Tesco, 30 million Czech crowns to Ukrainian Red Cross. Pivovary, Staropramen, a collection for Člověk v tísni and support of people suffering from war in Ukraine, transport and housing. And Chess Foundation doubled its collection to 15 million and also provided a crisis grant, provided special fire brigade equipment and clothing to the emergency services in Ukraine. Thank you very much.
Getting back to the projects that actively address social issues and help within their communities, it is important to highlight the upcoming community for long-term and systematic development of the project, which has a great impact on the inclusion of seniors in the digital society, project that was already awarded last year as well. So here and now we would like to say thank you to Vodafone Czech Republic for this particular project called Digital Odyssey. And now it's time to announce the first 3 projects in this category, and I would like to invite Mr. Adam Váchal of E15 Daily, E15 Daily, and there's a tradition or a thing in the world of media. Bad news is good news. But right now, are you not happy for any positive news you can get? Well, definitely we are, because it may seem right now that there are not enough good news, and that's why this makes them even more important, and I would like to wish all of you all the success. Are you looking for the for the positive news actively? Well, yes, it's also nice for us journalists to see positive things because we have been covering the war in Ukraine, COVID, the tornado in Moravia last year, and it's really good to see positive examples, positive news, and it's great to see that actually business companies generate positive news and help. The envelope is opened, and in the category top responsible company supporting its Vincinity. The third place goes to Kinedril Client Center. The second place goes to KPMG Česká republika, Czech Republic, and the winner is Heimstaden Czech. Congratulations to all 3 companies. Good evening. Excellent, excellent. You're standing in the middle of the stage now. We'll perfect this by the end of of the evening. And on the screen, you can also see the names of the projects that these awards are given out for. And I would like to ask Madam Kateřina Pěchovic, representing Hamstaden Czech, to share a few words with us. Your project has a major impact on vulnerable groups, especially families with children, and you offer them your support and you help them to maintain the living, the flat they moved into. How did you come up with the idea? Good evening. I'm really very happy that the project that we've been running for several years has been rewarded and acknowledged, and this was a natural thing for us, really. Our business is flat rentals, and we have really long-term experience, and we see that there are groups of people that need long-term systematic support, and either we learn how to work with these people or they will not be able to live in our flats. And I'm really happy that right now we have 20 NGOs all over the North Moravian regions who participate in the project, and this project is basically a knowledge base, and we actually help trigger new legislation because we're able to provide interesting and useful data to the Ministry of Labor and Social Affairs. We were evaluated by the Ostrava University in summer. Our project proved to be meaningful because it turns out that a huge number of people can really learn how to stand on their feet if they have the chance to live in proper housing and get the needed support. Thank you very much. Let's take the family photo now. Well, of course, you can be on the picture as well. Thank you very much. Thank you and congratulations. And now it's time, and we'll see how this will work now. So it's time to announce the category Top Responsible Company in the Diversity category. Top Responsible Company in the Diversity category, Diversity Charter Award. This is an award for companies that strategically support diversity, inclusion in their workplace and contribute to the open environment within their businesses. The jury was generous and awarded a special jury prize for a well-crafted project that's inspiring and easily applicable to other companies as a best practice. And the awarded project is Friday Perspective series of MSD Czech Republic. Congratulations. And now I would like to invite a long-term supporter of Diversity Charter in the Czech Republic and former Minister for Human Rights and Legislation and Senator, Mr. Jiří Dinspier, and Head of Ministers' Advisory Team at the Ministry of Labour and Social Affairs, Madam Jana Skalková, on stage to hand over the awards. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome. Well, I think the same question goes to both of you because you've been a long-term active supporters of the Diversity Charters. What do you see as its greatest contribution over the years? Well, good evening, friends. I'm really happy to be here after 4 years being in the lead of the Diversity Charter. I changed roles. I work for the public administration now, but I'm really happy to see the Diversity Charter continue. And in the time of crisis, we see that diversity, flexibility, inclusion, and solidarity are values that are not just a phrase. They help society not just survive, but live. I greatly admire the huge wave of solidarity demonstrated by the companies for the support of Ukrainian refugees. I spent some time in the Center for Assistance to Ukraine that was located here in the Congress Center in Ukraine. And together with your representatives of bank, we came up with a solution for these people to be able to open a bank account and get many services they needed in one place. And we only needed 1 week to do this. So thank you very much for this. And I very much wish that this huge wave of solidarity helps us to pay off the debt that we have in the Czech Republic towards those who want to take care of their families and work at the same time, towards people with disabilities, senior citizens, people who may differ from the rest of the society. But I believe that together we can manage, and thank you to all of you for making this happen. I appreciate the Diversity Charter for supporting the diversity of people of various ideas, people with different life experiences can come together. And it's very nice that there's this cultural concept and also the strategy of success coming together. So basically, Diversity Charter helps people to become successful. So when something that's right and correct joins with something that's good to do, it's very natural and it's very good. We are opening the envelope now, and we can read who the awards will go to. In the category Top Responsible Company in the Diversity Charter Award, the 3rd place goes to Škoda Auto. And also on the 3rd place, there's ČSOB Bank. So it's a shared 3rd place for the two companies. And the 2nd place goes to Tesco Stores, Czech Republic. And the winner of the diversity category is IKEA Česká republika, IKEA Czech Republic.
Tak, už jsme komplet.
So everyone's here on stage now. And as you can see on the screen again, we have the titles of the projects there. If you are interested in more details, of course, you can approach representatives of the companies and ask about details. And right now, I would like to ask Mr. Onderka of IKEA for the Czech Republic, Slovakia and Hungary to come to the microphone. Congratulations. And actually, it's multiple congratulations to you. And this is something really unique because it's a hat trick for IKEA, really. Because the 3rd year in a row, you are getting this diversity award. And I'm really interested, how do you come up with so many diverse projects? Good afternoon. Good evening. I do not really think that we really have to look far to come up with the projects, because everything that concerns diversity, inclusion is really in IKEA's DNA. And then it's really very quick to start doing something and then be awarded. We are very grateful for these awards because there's a lot of work behind them. Congratulations one more time, and thank you. Let's make the family photo. You can display the photos on your mantelpiece. Thank you very much one more time, and congratulations. And now we're getting to the special categories block reflecting current trends in responsible and sustainable business, drawing attention to smart solutions. Now, top responsible company in the category digitalization. This is an award for companies that use digitalization to strategically develop and accelerate strategic development, involve their employees, and focus on current issues and affairs in the society. In this category, 3 best approaches were evaluated. Approaches that are inspiring for other businesses. So all the awarded companies are basically on the same level. But before I invite the companies, I would like to invite Ondřej Profant, member and Vice Prime Minister for Digitization, and Madam Gita Kalmet, Estonian ambassador to the Czech Republic.
Good evening. I was a little bit worried that you're not coming. But it was the translation, wasn't it?
Oh, it was perfect.
Okay,
Yeah.
so please.
Thank you.
Estonia is like a dream country for digitization. Like everybody's talking like, how would you like to do it? Like in Estonia. And how proud or on how the authorities have managed to use the potential of the new technology. This is one thing to implement, but the other thing is how the authorities will use it.
Yes, but firstly, I would return question to you. Do you know how big is Estonian population?
2.5? 5? Not 10.
Does anybody know in the audience? 1.3.
Okay.
So for Estonia, it was a strategic decision. And with regard to digitalization, it's a process. It's kind of, you can never say that now we're ready, now it's done. And with regard to pride, I think that the pride is not a right word to be used here because it's just not a right match. I think you could use creativity, innovation, openness, and courage, because it's all about political decisions. It's all about, not so much about technology, it's about mindset.
How did you do that with the authorities? Like, sorry, we have a lot of people from the government institutions here with us, and I truly believe that all of them are really courage people. But still, how do you implement that into everyone?
Listen, I would repeat again the word courage, and you know, when we started it all, it was we were just so much behind. We had to start everything from scratch. And luckily, we had a government. I think our prime minister at that time was 26.
Wow.
And so he had a courage to listen to people who knew how to do that, because he said that he didn't know anything about computers, but he just listened to the right people, and he had courage to implement that.
Thank you.
Courage is important.
Thank you very much. We'll all move in there after this evening.
Okay,
Thank you.
good.
Jste mi teda pěkně zavařil, takhle jste mi ukazoval, kolik milionů.
Mr. Profant,
Trošku jste se seknul, že jo?
you were a bit mistaken and you made my life difficult.
Byl trošku blíž.
But I was a bit closer with 2.5.
Your Excellency,
It's horrible.
He was showing me 5 million, right?
A my jsme ještě byli.
We were in Estonia a week ago. Imagine that. You shouldn't have said that. Look, I admit my mistakes. I dare doing it. Yeah, that's the courage we all know. Anyway, let's go back. How do you think one should approach digitalization responsibly? Where do you think the biggest challenges are? As it's been said by my speaker, the issue number one is courage, because digitalization and automation is about changing the processes, and changing the processes is not easy. It's far from easy, actually. You have to sit down and say, we are going to start doing it differently. This is over with. But digitalization in the public service, I draw inspiration from Denmark, because they look at digitalization from the angle of social responsibility. For example, they are integrating senior citizens through digitalization. And one may think that senior citizens have problems with digital world, but they don't. I don't know what the situation is in Estonia, but definitely in Denmark it works. And in Estonia, I guess that's the same. They don't think this is a problem group. It's a group that is a challenge for us, but we are going to try it, and it works. Let's go for the awards. We've got 3 companies which we will list right now. Vodafone Czech Republic, Tesco Stores Czech Republic. Good evening. And Deloitte CZ Services. Again, on the screens you see awarded projects. And
you can give the diplomas. No need to wait.
You can give the diplomas.
Ano, hlaste se o své diplomy, prosím.
If you don't get your diploma, just ask for it.
Teď vlastně poprosím zástupce každé společnosti. Otázka vlastně na vás bude úplně stejná.
The question is going to be the same to all of you, the same as I asked of Andrei. How do you approach digital projects responsibly? What's going on in your head when you are working on a project like that? How do you make sure that the project is really socially responsible?
Definitely you can. I'm sorry that I interrupted the process. No, it's fine. They came to you from one company. Tak, prosím, jak chcete?
Good evening. On behalf of Vodafone Foundation, let me answer the question. Our app, Záchranka, Emergency Services, which was developed by people in Brno, has been developing for 6 years. It's an app that helps save lives and health, and it's been also helping Czech emergency services, and not only Czech emergency services, but emergency services in 4 other countries to come as soon as possible to the patient. And our foundation's been contributing with this to improve the quality of life of everybody, but primarily handicapped people or people with disabilities. Thank you very much. Tesco Stores very much appreciates this award because digitalization is one of our top business priorities. Thank you very much for that. Our app called Food Cloud, it just facilitates distribution of leftover food. We are cooperating closely with food banks and other NGOs, and through our app, food actually gets to people who really need it, and we are very thankful for that. Good evening. We also thank the jury very much for awarding us. Digitalization with us is not about technology, about software. It's more about how people approach it, how people receive it, how we make people use technology efficiently, correctly, to improve their lives. Our project technology is not new, but it's very open, very easy to help Ukrainians, to help people who really need help. And it's about changing your mindset. It's about all of us becoming digital natives. To understand technology, to adopt it as a part of our being, and to learn how to work with it. Let's take a family photo with the Excellency as well, please. Thank you very much. Let's move over to the next category, which is top responsible leader.
Top odpovědný lídr.
Top responsible leader, an award for personal contribution to development, social responsibility and sustainable business. Top leader serves an example for others. We've got two categories. Top responsible leader in sustainability, that's the first one. Let's invite over the Deputy Minister for Digitalization and Innovation at the Ministry of Trade and Industry, Mr. Petr Očko. How, or better say, what would you recommend to people who are really interested in working in the field of innovations, sustainability and responsibility? It's good to have the drive, but how do you actually keep the drive going? Thank you. Good evening. Let me thank you very much for inviting us over, or me over. Let me say that the Ministry of Trade and Industry has been supporting all innovation companies. I would like to congratulate all awardees. And let me speak as the director of Czech Invest agency, because I am actually in that capacity as well. I recommend to those who want to work in the field of sustainable innovations to look at our project called Technology Innovations. Under that umbrella, we are creating hubs of key technologies. And one of these elements of strategic technology are environment-friendly technology. We are communicating with all stakeholders in the areas you've just defined, and we are targeting startups and young companies, which Czech Invest has been helping primarily. Are you recommending that to yourself as well? Oh, I don't identify myself as a young and enthusiastic person anymore, but I really do recommend to everybody who is young and enthusiastic to look at Czech Invest and see what is out there for them. Top responsible leader is the ASIO new founder and owner Karel Plotěný. Congratulations on the award. Please continue clapping because Mr. Plotěný is coming from behind. Congratulations. Before we give the floor to Mr. Plotěný, I would like his close colleagues to introduce him.
Pod pojmem udržitelnost si asi každý dokážeme představit několik dalších slov. Některá z nich máme dokonce od samotného založení i v rámci firemní vize. Důvěra, odbornost, odpovědnost. Další potom mohou být například pokora, skromnost, úcta, která jsou Karlovi taktéž vlastní. Taky díky za předávání zkušeností a tvůj nadhled života.
Karel Plotinný je především optimista s velkým tahem na bránu. Tam, kde všichni vidí překážky, tak Karel vidí příležitost a jde si zatím. Jako vizionář je spolehlivý a co si pamatuji, tak vždy dříve nebo později se ukázalo, že má pravdu. Ať už jde o nutnost řešit hospodaření s vodou, její recyklaci a další technologie nebo výroky, které naši firmu stále posouvají, nebo vlastně směrování firmy tím správným směrem. Karel je inspirativní nejen po pracovní stránce, já můžu říct, že jsem nesmírně šťastný, že s ním můžu spolupracovat už více než 15 let. Možnost pracovat a růst po boku někoho takového, jako je Karel Plotinný, pro každého z nás nedocení plná příležitost. A jeho charakter, intuice a odbornost utvořili tvář společnosti Osio, která se snaží přivádět na trh neustále nové myšlenky a technologie. A v roce 2020 jsme obdrželi ocenění Rodinná firma roku. Já se opravdu cítím v tomto prostředí jako doma. A velmi si vážím příležitosti a důvěry, kterou mi Karel dal. Karel je vzorem pro pracovitost, pokoru, klid, nadhled a tak na branku. Firmu a obecně problematiku vody a životního prostředí posouvá vytrvale správným směrem. Inovativní a vizionářský přístup je mu víc než vlastní a přeji mu mnoho sil do dalšího působení a gratuluju k tomuto ocenění, které se
Pracuji s panem Plotiným bezmála 13 let na výzkumných vývojových projektech a jsem za to strašně rád. Vážím si jeho přístup k lidem, k práci, k životnímu prostředí, vždycky jde ostatním vlastním příkladem. Věřím, že to, co dělá, tak je pro něho velká životní vize a že to dělá i dost rád.
Karel Plotinný. I must say that I was really thrilled to listen to this. You know, I didn't know guys did this and recorded these messages. You know, when I look at this, when I listen to this, I realize that I will never be alone, and if I wanted to retire, I've got guys who can take it over. Oh, you don't have to retire, do you? I mean, if you think this video was made for you to retire, that's not how it was meant, by no means. But you've got plans. We just heard you've got many plans. Can you tell us what are your plans for the near future? No retirement, though. No, it's not retirement, but I would like to start passing the family over to the young generations, you know. I imagine that I will continue working in the company as a researcher. I will work in the field of innovations. I will be moving the company forward, of course. We will keep our fingers crossed for you, and congratulations. Thank you to both gentlemen. And over to the top responsible leader in diversity. Let's pass the floor over to the Deputy Minister of Labour and Social Affairs in charge of European funds and international cooperation at the Ministry of Social Affairs and Labour. Thank you very much. I think you know what I'm going to be asking you. What should a leader be like? I will probably say nothing new. Everything's been said, but it's about courage. It's about grabbing the opportunity. Everybody who's here today, everybody who's been nominated or awarded, all these people are people who do have courage. And I wish that this courage, which is moving us forward in our lives, companies in their business, and also public services in what they're doing. I wish this courage was there for us. I wish we had plenty of courage, because we, the state, need courage to move forward, to digitalize, to go in that direction. And the right leader should be a visionary. It should be somebody who is really going for it, be it a politician, be it a business manager. It's a great vision, and I hope your vision will come true one day. Top responsible leader in sustainability, Philip Molchan, the founder and owner of Good Sailors.
Philip Molchan, kterého si také představíme krátký video.
We also have a short video presenting Mr. Philip Molchan.
Před 15 lety,
15 years ago, when I was still studying at the university in Liberec, just finishing my studies, I was sure about one thing. I knew one thing. I did not want to make clay elephants, because they always looked even worse than I thought. And then when I started looking for a job, I found Good Sailors. And I like the idea that this organization brings together your work and private life. And I actually never go to the office. I never go to work, because I leave home, I leave people that I love, and I go to work where I have people I love, and I think this is quite unique. What I should say about the IT guy, the geek Philip, well, there are some opportunities, work opportunities for disabled people, but employers are usually scared of doing this. Philip is not scared. He's always coming up with new ideas and new projects, so you cannot really complain that you would be getting bored at work, or that your work would be getting stereotyped. Philip is the brain of the company and also the heart of the company. I have known Philip for several years, and I can still remember one of our first meetings. It was quite difficult for us to find a place where we would meet, and in the end we had to meet somewhere in a national park, because it was impossible to meet elsewhere else for us. And we started our fundraising project called Check Parks in there. If you want to point out someone with people who have diverse skills, I must say I do not know many. And I can say that one of the skills or good things about Philip is the freedom that he gives to his colleagues, to his co-workers, and thanks to this we really are able to move forward our joint projects and overcome all the obstacles that we may face. What would I say? Thank you for the opportunity. My message for Philip is I'm really happy that I can work in such a great team. Well, nice message. Perhaps it would be just continue in what you're doing. Try to bring in as many people as possible and let people know about what you're doing with your colleagues, because it's so nice. So as many people as possible should know what's going on in our organization. Philip Molchan, congratulations. Thank you very much to the jury and also to my colleagues at work and to all our customers, because we're in it together. Together with our customers, we show to the others that handicapped people or people with disabilities are superheroes, because they not only have their handicap, they also have a superpower, and we're trying to use their superpowers because it's a great benefit. Thank you very much. And congratulations. Well, just so that you know, I have known Philip for many years, really, and I was really pleased to see his name on the list of the people who are getting awarded. And it's lovely that when you're getting up in the morning, he's already out taking pictures of the mountains, because he really gets up early to make the most beautiful pictures of the mountains you can imagine. Thank you very much, Philip. And now the strategic categories, and we're starting with the top responsible company in reporting, ING Bank Award. This is an award for a company that makes complex measurements and communicates its activities of responsible business. And we haven't had so many people on stage yet, because we will have one lady who will be giving out the award, and then I will invite representatives of 8 companies that scored more than 80% in the evaluation. So first I would like to ask Madam Eva Bučová, who is the head of Sustainability Committee in ING Bank Czech Republic. Good evening. Good evening. I was really pleasantly surprised to read that your company has been carbon neutral since 2007. We have to admire this, really. What do you do to motivate your clients and stakeholders to change the mindset in this way as well? Well, one of the important stakeholders are our clients. They are really in the heart of what we do. It's all of you, basically. Thank you very much. We are trying to educate our clients. This is our priority number one. And we're trying to do what we know best. It's sharing best practices from the entire global business. And you know that ING has been involved in sustainability-related issues for more than 20 years, and we are trying to communicate with all the stakeholders, including the people here in this room, and we are really trying to push the sustainability forward, because we believe that sustainable business is a better business, and it's also a business that will survive longer. And I'm really happy to see companies that have become sustainable over the time. I can see that they are working on their sustainability efforts, and they are being awarded. And I can also see new companies that have embarked on the way of sustainability. We've seen Zonentor in here today. We can see that these companies are moving in the right direction, and we're really proud to be a partner of this category. We have 8 awarded companies tonight, and although reporting itself may seem to be really boring, but it's really important, because reporting is the only way to find out what you do, how responsible, how sustainable you are, and then we can actually rank you in the sustainable category. So reporting is important. Thank you very much. And we've just heard Slovak language, and it really sounds very nice and soft, and the beginning of the address was really like an embrace for us. So could you please read the names of the companies, and I will ask the representatives of the companies to join us here on the stage. I'm really happy to be able to award the top responsible company reporting ING Bank Award to the Chess Group. Komerční banka,
Coca-Cola, HBC,
Coca-Cola, HBC, Česko a Slovensko, Accenture, Central Europe, Moneta, Moneybank, Vodafone, Czech Republic, PwC, Czech Republic, and Pilsner Urquell. Congratulations. Good evening.
Dámy, promiňte. Tak, nezapomněli jsme na někoho.
Is everyone here? Everyone on stage who should be here? You're again too much on the edge of the stage. Please move more to the center. There's better air. We have a plant here.
Tak, ano.
And I would like to ask a representative of Pilsner Urquell, Sustainability Manager, Ivan Tučník. So, how are you getting ready for the future ESG changes that are being discussed and prepared at the EU level? Because when someone is coming from the EU, the companies usually just, start thinking, oh, what's this? And then they start thinking what to do about it. I think that we are ready, actually. We have been doing non-financial reporting for 16 years, and this year we adopted a more complex approach. We use the GRI methodology that is going to apply starting next year. We have audited this approach, and although we do not know the precise rules yet, I think that we're almost ready, basically, and we will just have to do some small tasks to fine-tune this. So how can you get ready for the rules that haven't been announced yet properly? Well, of course, we know the basic principles, and we follow the entire process. And this is also an area where you cannot really come up with anything new. So this is really a nice message to Brussels. Thank you very much. Yes. This is how it should look like. If you're still missing your diploma, just ask for it. Let's make one more photo here. Maybe just get a little closer. You may remember the school photos where you're standing slightly with your hip, because you know how it looked like on the school photos. This is how people look like when they did not know how to stand properly and fight for their space. Congratulations one more time. Thank you. And now it's time to announce the next category, Top Responsible Small Company. Top Responsible Small Company is an independent rating of small and medium-sized businesses, strategically developing sustainability principles and engaging in responsible business. And before we announce the winners of the category, we have a special Trendsetter Award, and this year the jury was chosen from the companies whose rating was over 70%. The companies also had to be innovative and advocate sustainable business principles across the market. The Trendsetter will be announced by Communication Director of the Association of Industry and Transportation, Mr. Miroslav Hažer. Good evening. Good evening. And it would really be interesting to hear from you as the communications director to explain what it means to receive the Trendsetter title. How would you cover this? How would you develop on this? Well, Trendsetter company is a company that's really active, and it's not a huge company, because this is small and medium-sized businesses, but it's a company that shows us a way forward to the better future. And I think this is excellent. Well, this has been so poetic. I'm really shocked. Well, the question is, who's going to become the trendsetter? We have the answer in the envelope. So the trendsetter in the category Top Responsible Small Company is Biopekárna Zemanka. And Biopekárna Zemanka, we have representatives of the company coming on the stage. Good evening one more time. You've been here on the stage before. And a really quick question for you, ladies. The jury was intrigued by really detailed strategy of sustainable business and your strategy. The question is, how many people actually got involved in developing the strategy? We are a small company, really small company, and basically everyone gets involved because when you have an idea and to take it to the implementation, then you need everyone, because we're a bakery, basically. We're a small producer, and if we did not communicate with our employees, we would never be able to do or to achieve what we've achieved. So I'm really happy to say that everyone is getting involved, and we're happy for this. Congratulations, and we're keeping our fingers crossed for you. Quick photo. And congratulations.
Tak. A přecházíme k samotné top.
Now over to the Top Responsible Small Company. Let's invite the General Director of the Association of Small Businesses and Entrepreneurs of the Czech Republic, Eva Svobodová, who will deliver the award. Madam Svobodová, these times are difficult, I know, in many aspects of it. And you are supporting small and medium-sized businesses and entrepreneurs. 2 days ago, I read an article about family businesses fearing their future. I know that 1/10 of them are actually fearing that they may not survive. What is it what you can do for these companies, maybe psychologically, if not financially? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I very much appreciate that I could be here with you. This is for the first time for me. And I have to agree that small and medium-sized businesses are really nervous. And 99% of businesses in the Czech Republic are small and medium-sized. Most of them are micro companies, up to 10 employees. That's not easy at all. We've gone through COVID, 2 years of COVID. We've gone through, or we've been going through the war in Ukraine. We've got high prices of energies, high interest rates, employees asking for increase of wages and lack of people. Small companies, small and medium-sized companies, I'm very proud of them, and many of them have been awarded today, and it's been really difficult for them. You must have felt the emotions when employees were talking about their leaders. Small businesses are fighting hard, really fighting hard for their survival, and those who are a step ahead are innovation and technology companies. They will be doing well. And some trades as well. I mean, photovoltaics. We want photovoltaics on our rooftops, but who's going to assemble it? Who's going to mount it there? Craftsmen, tradesmen. And we've got hundreds of really interesting members of our association, and I'm very proud of them, and you will definitely find whomever you're looking for, you'll find them there. Thank you. Let's invite also an expert in corporate sustainability, Daniela Němcová, to co-deliver the award. I didn't forget about you, Daniela. There is nothing else to say, really. How come nothing else to say? You can add something, because when you look at this today's event, this today's award ceremony, what do you think these companies have in common? Small, medium-sized, and large. What do they have in common? In my opinion, a couple of months ago, the situation was difficult. We couldn't really meet with anybody in person, and we all felt responsible. We were all thinking about sustainability, and I think it's still there. Sustainable and responsible companies will be sustainable and responsible under any circumstances. Companies, small and medium-sized companies primarily, do not have that much in terms of resources. Their strategies must be different. These people perceive their business as service to people, service to the society. They operate with respect to people, with respect to natural resources, to life. That's all. That's what all these companies have in common. Thank you very much for saying respect here for the first time today, because that's an important term. Thank you. Please open the envelope. Oh, you've done it already. So the award in the category Top Responsible Small Company goes to Ebrana, Biopekárna Zemanka again, PRK Partners, MHA, and Good Sailors. Please come to the stage, representatives of all the awarded companies. And congratulations. You see the logos of all awarded companies.
Tak. A teďko, pokud můžu poprosit zástupce za společnost Good Sailors, protože nepřišel Filip.
Philip is not over here. I'm Lukáš Seeger.
Ano, dobrý večer.
Hello, Lukáš.
Z hlediska vašeho biznesu, kde vy vidíte...
In respect of your business, where do you think the biggest challenges for the future lay, actually? I think the current situation is quite complex. It's difficult for everybody. We don't have enough people. We've got high costs. The situation in the society is far from easy. Many people are really nervous. Oftentimes we talk about private issues as well, especially disabled people perceive this really as an urgent situation. You know, being healthy it's difficult even for healthy people, but imagine being disabled. We keep talking about it, and I keep telling people that it will be okay. I mean, it's important to try to go through it with safe mind, and you know, don't get crazy. We will survive it. There have been situations that were difficult here already. A quick family photo. You're doing really well. The last awarded companies will have the best family photo because it's been rehearsed real well. Well, before we continue to the peak of today's award, we should like to underline sustainability and our coexistence with the nature. So let's look somewhere where people do live together with the nature. Digitalization of sounds will actually take us to the nature. You will see a part of an audio-visual album which Kat introduced last week. If there is anybody in this room who's got a bit of a problem like epilepsy, we are not going to have a stroboscope in here per se, but it may not be comfortable for those of you who have an issue.
Při tvorbě mojí hudby používám zvuky z celého světa. A v tomhle je skvělý internet, protože tam najdeš všechno. No a zvuky, co mě zaujmou, vyexportuju a udělám z nich beat, nebo třeba klidně nosný prvek celého toho songu. No jenže to mi nestačilo, protože já jsem si ty zvuky chtěla hrozně nahrát sama. Chtěla jsem odjet na ty místa vzdálený od domova a poznat ty lidi a příběhy, které jsou s těma místama spjatý. A na základě toho potom vytvořit hudbu a hudební album.
Ahoj!
Že bych jako příběhy těch míst vyprávěla ne slovy, ale hudbou.
Tak to bylo hudební uskupení.
This was cut. Thank you very much. You can see the documentary if you go to their live events. Let's move to the next category, and that is top responsible large company. Top responsible large company is a company that is systematically developing the idea of sustainability and engages in all areas of responsible enterprising. In this category, we will also provide a special award of a trendsetter. It's companies that received over 90% and more in this award. The company blogs actually delivered to the award a possibility to rent self-catering smart boxes for 2 months. The Trendsetter Award is awarded by Engineer Vladimír Kočí, head of the Institute of Sustainability and Product Environment Friendliness of the University of Charles University in Prague, the Chemical Engineering Department. How new or old is your department? It's actually new. We are the first university in Central Europe or Europe which is offering systematic education in this field. But sustainability managers, they've been quite popular for, say, 10+ years, but there will be hundreds or even thousands of them needed in the near future. We accredited this program before the summer break. We were looking for teachers. You know, if you want to teach at the university, you have to have history, you have to have publications. It will be an MA department, the MA field of study. There will be, corporate carbon trace, a part of it, technology issues. There will be lectures there on sustainability, raw material safety, wastewater treatment, PR, marketing, communications. It really cuts across many different areas. 2 weeks ago, we had an opening. We had the Ministry of Trade and Industry representatives there, Ministry of the Environment representatives. Before we actually disseminated this information that we were looking for students, we had quite a lot of people applying. We have quite a lot of interested people. I'm sure we'll find really great people. We also have employers already asking us for graduates. Our graduates will be highly popular in practice. So it's like pre-ordering your graduates 2 years before they actually graduate. We'll keep our fingers crossed for you. This sounds really great. Okay, over to you. Who's going to be the trendsetter? Thank you very much for announcing the next trendsetter in the category of top responsible company, and that is Plzeňský Prazdroj. Good evening.
Hello, good to have you here. Congratulations. If I am correct, the CEO of Plzeňský Prazdroj, Konstantinescu Dragos. Am I right? Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So we asked the small company how many people are working on a strategy. How many people are working on your strategy?
Oh, I would say each and every one of our employees. That would probably add up to about 2,500, because I'm really honored and humbled to sit here on stage and win a Trendsetter Award, while our core product is made exactly the same way it was made 180 years ago. So in order for us to be able to keep making our beer the way it was made, we need to look at new ways of doing things every day. So each one of our 2,500 people helps make a strategy.
And are they all aligned?
No, but that's the beauty of life. Yeah.
I admire your courage and your honesty. Thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Děkuji. Tak, a teď přijdeme k vyhlášení.
Over to awarding the top responsible large company. The main rating announces top 25 companies. You will find your diplomas outside as you are leaving. But now I would like to present 9 companies that received over 90% of vote. And we have Monika Ladmanova, the representative of the European Commission in Prague. Good evening. Madam Ladmanova, the most frequently asked question these days is about presidency, because we are now having the EU presidency. How are we doing? You mean how the Czech Republic's doing? Yes. Director Stern has already said it. Czech presidency is doing really well, even though these times are really difficult times, exceptional times. And because of these times, the role of the Czech Republic is slightly different. We are presiding over the EU, and we have to seek compromise on many different issues, and we have to sort of refrain from promoting our own interests. And we've been so far perceived as very stable, responsible, and doing well. It's not only about councils of ministers, summits, and other activities and events you read about in the media, but it's especially about everything what is done at the background on the level of the working groups, people who are working at the permanent representation of the Czech Republic in Brussels, about work of the diplomats. You've got hundreds of working meetings every day, which the Czech Republic is presiding over. The European Commission's mandate is in the middle. It started in 2019, will end in 2024. We have many legislative proposals. All these proposals are, are moved from presidency to presidency. All presidencies are looking for compromise. But really, on everyday basis, you've got events, conferences, you've got representatives from member states coming to the Czech Republic almost every day, and it's been running really smoothly. You probably haven't noticed that, but we've been doing really well and will be really well rated, I think, as a really successful presidency. What we've managed to do, and that is really important, is to keep unity in Europe, because unity is what we need now. Do you know how many citizens the European Union actually has? Andrzej will give me a hint. Andrzej, he's really good at hinting. Andrzej, you've gone to the bathroom. I understand. Okay, 450 million, is that right? A little bit more, but it's fine. You're close. Okay, so I passed. I passed the test. Yes, you did. You did. You could actually preside over a working group. No, I will leave it on people who have the stamina to do that. By all means, thank you very much for mentioning or for saying words like stable, responsible, successful. That's something what I love hearing about the Czech Republic, and we haven't heard that much in the past. Well, let's say that again that we've got 9 companies that will be coming to the stage. The last is the company which was the most successful and will receive the trophy. So the leaders in the category are Chess Group, Skanska, Plzeňský Prazdroj, Moneta Money Bank, Tesco Stores, Czech Republic, Velux, Czech Republic, Accenture Central Europe, Československá obchodní banka, and the best, Vodafone Czech Republic, which will receive the awards.
And now, unless there have been changes on the list of the names, I can see that there have been changes. We have Director for Sustainable Business, Zuzana Hola of Vodafone Czech Republic, member of the board and Credit Director of Československá obchodní banka, Mr. Hutla, Jana Benešová, the head Corporate Responsibility Manager of Accenture Central Europe, then Plzeňský Prazdroj, Mr. Konstantin Dragescu, and CEO of Skanska Central Europe, Mr. Patrik Choleva, and Director of ESG Department of ČEZ, Kateřina Bohuslavová, and also Madam Clara Escobar, Director of Human Resources of Moneta Money Bank, and Katarina Navrátilová, CEO of Tesco Stores Czech Republic. If we have made any mistakes in the names now, I apologize, but I've seen there have been some changes. You've been rated the best. You've achieved the top ranking, but it's not 100% still. What can you do to get to 100%? Well, I'm here representing ČSOB, Československá obchodní banka, and now finally I have my award. This is my second stage, my second time on the stage. Last year we placed 4, and I was really nicely surprised because we're a bank and we're not really used to people recognizing us for anything else than how high our interests are. And I think that our company, our bank, really gives back a lot to the society. In 2007, we built our headquarters building that was awarded by the Golden LEED certification. It's a US certification. And we have 2 more buildings that have received Platinum LEED certification. And a building basically creates the character of the company that does business within the building and behavior of the people. And this may not sound so pompous when I say this, but when you have a building that actually has built in the diversity and sustainability principles, it affects the behavior of the people, of its people within the company and also out of the company. And I think we're really able to give back to the society a lot. Many things, many projects that we get involved in, we really were able to support Ukrainian refugees very quickly. We work together with people in need. We cooperate with police. We have a program for mothers who work for our company. There's really a huge array of activities. You asked me what we still need to do to rate 100. And I have to think about this a little because there are really many activities that we get involved in. And perhaps I sound like I'm boasting in here, but trust me, I'm not here on my own behalf. I'm here on behalf of our employees and on behalf of what they do. Thank you for this award. We really appreciate it. Thank you. And the winner now? Good evening. First of all, thank you very much. And I know this is a phrase, but we really appreciate this very much. And the question was what we need to do to reach 100. And the answer is simple. We need to be better. Congratulations. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here on behalf of Moneta Money Bank, and I'm not going to repeat what my colleagues have already said. In Moneta, apart from other things, we build our sustainability strategy on 3 pillars. The first one is transparency. We do not want to keep any information secret. We really want to be very open in our reporting. The second pillar is fairness. We do not want to hurt anyone. We do not want to overlook anyone. And the third pillar is strategy and clearly set objectives. When we were thinking about how to approach the sustainability strategy, we looked at 17 sustainability objectives defined by the United Nations organizations. I'm sure you are familiar with these. And we are Czech bank, domesticated and based in the Czech Republic in the center of Europe. We have 11 objectives that we adopted, and they are the basis from where we move forward to accomplishing our objectives. Of course, we have sub-objective or partial objectives, and that's also the answer to your questions. Once we accomplish all these objectives and partial objectives, we'll get 100%. I'm here representing Skanska's responsibility has been embedded in our strategy for many years. Myself, I am a CFO, and I can actually say that this is not just nice, but it also pays off. And we were the company that built the headquarters for ČSOB Bank. So thank you very much for the recognition. Good afternoon, Katka Bouslavová, Chess Group. I am sure we can agree that it's easy to plan when everything is abundant. It's much more difficult when there's a crisis, and I think that a sustainable company has to be able to survive a crisis. And I can say that scoring 100% is fine, but it cannot be the objective really, because what do you do next? I believe we will go even further. Congratulations. You forgot to mention who is providing electricity to ČSOB Bank. So perhaps are you the electricity, the power provider of ČSOB? Well, I have to admit, I will have to ask my people. I do not have the information now. Good evening. In Prazdroj, a few years ago, we started to look a little further away behind the gaze of our breweries, and we started building our sustainability on partnerships. When you look at what we're facing this year, these are problems that we cannot solve on our own. None company is able to solve the problems on its own. And we're trying to build partnership. We have partnerships with hops farmers, with pub owners. And once you start thinking in complexity, you can never reach 100% because there's always something that you can do. There's always a new topic that you can start dealing with. So I think this is a never-ending process, really. Thank you. And, well, we have to be moving the microphone all the time. Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And I will basically move the responsibility for the answer to you because we somehow simplified our strategy with my colleagues. Our objective is to behave better than is the market standard. That is the standard in the society. So the better you behave, the better we will be, and we will try to get to the 100%. Thank you very much. We really appreciate the award. Well, tall. I am Katarina Navrátilová representing Tesco. I'll be very brief. In terms of responsibility, corporate responsibility, we have many pillars that we built on, but the environment in the market is getting more competitive every year, and it's really very difficult to become a member of the group. But we see this as an opportunity to face challenges, to get inspired by those who are better. We want this to drive us to become better. And I think it's already been said, 100% can never be achieved. We always have to strive to be better. Good evening. I am representing Accenture, Jana Benešová. We're a global company, but we have a local business. So we learn from our global company as well as from all the colleagues we have here in the Czech Republic, and this is our objective for the years to come as well. Thank you. And did you come together? Okay. And now it's the time to take a photo of all the winners in this category. I would like to ask the winning company's representative to stand in the middle. One photo. And we also need to add that in case you want to have pictures taken to remind you of this event, our photographer Hannah will be happy to take your pictures. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Thank you. And unless I am mistaken, we have covered all the categories. I'm not looking at the time because, of course, we are running much longer, but it doesn't matter because we've had a chance to hear really important words. We learn from each other, and this is the most important thing. This evening is about getting inspired, about learning from the others. This is not a competition, really. This is about experience sharing, about making the world a better place. We have given out all the awards, all the diplomas, and we want to say thank you to all of you who are here tonight. We want to say thank you to all the partners who supported this evening, to all the partners who supported the entire project, and to all our jurors. There were 60 of them, and we do appreciate their work. We also extend our thanks to the entire team who prepared this evening. All the results you will find in the special supplement to E15 Daily, and the results are also published at the website www.odpovědnéfirmy.cz. Thank you for being with us here tonight, and we'll be looking forward to more success stories in 2023. Have a good evening.